Hello everybody and welcome back to another Townsend video. Today we are going to be talking about Game of Thrones Season 8 Episode 4, The Last of the Starks. This episode for me was a bit more return to form, and I really enjoyed this episode. I feel like over the last season and a half that we've had, we've kind of forgotten how interesting the politics of Westeros are, because it's been all about the White Walkers, and I talked at great lengths in the previous video about why I didn't like the last episode, and I feel like it affected me so much that I came into this episode not really wanting to enjoy it, and I found myself kind of nitpicking a little bit too much on it. I've only seen this episode once as of this recording. I intend to watch it in its entirety once again, although I have been rewatching some clips and reactions and the behind the scenes stuff that they always put out for every episode. But I will say this was a far better episode for me. I felt like it was more in line with Game of Thrones. Of course, it wasn't a giant battle sequence, so there was none of the glaring near death situations that really kind of took away from the episode like it did last week. But there was. I'm not gonna completely tout this episode up 100% because there's two main things that I really have an issue with in this. One is a valid criticism. The other one is, well, I don't know. I feel like it's a valid criticism actually. Now that I think about it a little bit more. But firstly, how the fuck did Daenerys not see Euron's fleet? You were like hundreds of feet in the air on dragons. You're scouting. Like, how do you not see that? I don't understand it. Like, where the trajectory of where the scorpion bolt went into Rhaegal, like, you could see it. It came from like from a northeastern direction and hit him in the chest. It's just like you could clearly fucking see that. I don't know. It just didn't make much sense to me. Like, it was a shocking moment, and I feel like this is a recurring theme with this season of Game of Thrones, is that logic and common sense and reasoning on how to put together a cohesive story falls flat so that you can have a gasp moment. And it really kind of takes away from Game of Thrones, because the show is slowly, over the course of this season, has devolved into this gotcha moment. It lacks the finesse and all the build up and all the work and all the elbow grease that they put into each little scene to give it that nuance that is so precise and so sought after from Game of Thrones. And we lose that in this scene. It's just like, it makes no sense. It makes no sense. How did Daenerys not see it? I don't fucking know. I don't get it. It baffles me. I feel like that was a poor choice. I don't think it was a poor choice to kill Rhaegal. I just think that it would have made more sense for, I don't know, and it would have been a lot more fucking gruesome for Daenerys to spot him head on, try to, swan dive into him. Rhaegal flies in before him and then just gets fucking pelted by like hundreds of bolts all at once. Not to say that his death wasn't fucking gruesome and brutal and fucking just like, holy shit. Because I feel like that animation was really fucking cool of him falling into the water. But yeah, man, it was, I don't know. It just kind of, it bothered me. The other thing was, my God, was it seriously too much money? Was it not in the budget for Jon to say goodbye to Ghost and fucking pet his direwolf? It baffles me. It drives me fucking insane that he was just like, they've neglected. I don't know why the showrunners hate Ghost so much right now, man. Like, he's been non-existent over the past fucking over the last season completely. I don't even recall him being in a single episode. I'm sure he probably was, but I can't think. No, he wasn't actually. The last time we had saw him was when he was resurrected, when Jon was resurrected at Castle Black. I think, if I'm not mistaken on that, I think that was the last time we had saw him before season 8. And it's like, I get that they're expensive. I get that. But it's like, come on, man. They're the Stark children and they heavily in the books this is implied as well, is just like they are bonded, like soul bonded, man. They are an integral piece of each other's being. They are so deep rooted into each other. Just for John to fucking like, hey, Tormund, you know, I really like dragons now. I don't want my puppy anymore. Do you mind taking him off my hand? I mean, he was a rescue and all anyway, so like I feel like I have to give him to someone that I trust. And it's just like man, it's like, could you not have just went up to him and fucking had that moment like in, I think it was season 2, where Jon and Ghost get reunited and he's like, "Oh, 7 hells, where have you been?" And he's like, "I've missed you, boy." Could we not have had a moment like that where he was just like, "I'm gonna miss you, boy. Take care of those walkers if they come back." And it would have been like, oh man, it just really fucking upsets me. He didn't. It's just like they don't give a fuck about Ghost for some reason. And I don't get it, man, because in book 5, I think it's the last word in the fucking book. It's the last word Jon says when he's stabbed by the fucking Night's Watch. He says, "Ghost." That is the fucking, I don't fucking get it, man. I don't get why they would just fucking, no respect for the pupper, man. No fucking respect for the pupper. Overall, I really enjoyed this episode, though. Aside from those fucking things, the whole dinner scene was really fun and really kind of, you know, broke the tension of everything, and just, you know, it allowed the characters to celebrate and everything. And being the ravenous alcoholic that I am, anytime there's drinking horns involved, and anytime there is just all kinds of debauchery in general, I'm gonna enjoy it. And it was just, I don't know, it was so enjoyable to see Jon just be human for a few hours and just be happy and not be so fucking brooding and just relentlessly fucking just against having fun and just trying to focus on everything. The man got drunk. My man's got drunk. It makes me happy. It makes me happy that he took a breather for a fucking minute. Like, the boy's been through enough. Let him just fucking enjoy himself. And I'm really glad that they had this scene. It was really great. The funeral pyre scene, I don't know why it didn't, and like, again, probably nitpicky on my part, but it didn't seem like as big as it needed to be. And also, what the fuck did they do with all the White's bodies? There should be like a mountain of skeletons somewhere. It feels like the cleanup crew at fucking Winterfell is outstanding. They should get a 5-star review on Yelp. It's incredible what they did in the span of a few hours, maybe a day. I don't fucking know. I feel like even if it's a day, it's still like, goddamn, I don't know. Again, that's probably very nitpicky on me, and it's like, does that take away from the episode at all? No, it's just, I don't know. I think pretty realistically when it comes to this kind of shit, and I'm just like, where the fuck are the bodies at? What did you do with the bodies? But yeah, anyways. But we get a lot of really cool character interactions in this episode, and it's really cool just seeing, you know, where the characters' mindsets are, and, you know, kind of like the projected development paths that they're going to be taking. And man, oh man, I'm very, very excited because it looks like we're getting Mad Queen Daenerys. Ooh, boy. See, I've had this, I had the speculation that Daenerys was going to go Mad Queen, like fully Mad Queen, since she burnt Randall and Dick and Tarly. And, you know, for her to, like, I'm not saying she's not justified in wanting to burn King's Landing to the ground, because 1, they killed her fucking dragon, her child. 2, they fucking beheaded Missandei, and it's just like, she has ample reason, don't get me wrong. But I tend to agree more with Tyrion and Varys in the sense that, hey, you're coming here to liberate these people, not burn them to the fucking ground. And she had that line of like, they should know who, I will give, you know, Cersei like one more chance or whatever. They should know who to blame when the sky comes down on them. And it's just like, it's like, girl, you need to You at an 11 right now. You need to bring it down to like at least a 6, and maybe even lower than that. Oh, but yeah, I don't know. It's very. I'm very excited to see where they go for this. I've long suspected that. Well, this was part of my Azor Ahai theory, but you know, as is everyone's, that Jon would have killed Daenerys to forge Lightbringer to kill the Night King. But hey, we didn't fucking get that, so who the fuck knows what's gonna happen? But I still have the slightest suspicion that it's gonna be Jon that kills the Mad Queen Daenerys. I don't know. I feel like she's just gonna go fucking ape shit in the next episode, and way too much so. In the regards that it's gonna remind everybody of her daddy, Aerys II. So you know, I'm very interested to see what they do with Daenerys. I like Daenerys as a character. I really kind of get where she comes from on this front, but at the same time, it's just like, you know, going a little overboard with it, girl. And this is Game of Thrones. They're not gonna make it have a happy ending with Jon and Dany sitting on the throne, because, as they said, Dany is too powerful for him, and she won't bend to his will or whatever. But yeah, I don't know, man. This episode was really fun. It kind of brought me back into it. I still feel very, very underwhelmed with the whole Night King plotline and the White Walkers in general. I really feel like they shit the bed on that. And you know, that doesn't mean that the rest of the series is going to be bad. It still feels weird that they're going from like the main boss and backtracking to the mini boss being Cersei. But you know, when your mini boss is Cersei and it's the Game of Thrones and shit, it's still going to be interesting and it's still going to be fun to watch. And who knows how the fuck all this resolves. But yeah, man, that Night King plotline, oh man, hurts my heart. But who knows? The next shit might be pretty fucking good. Who knows? Who the fuck knows? But yeah, anyways, guys, that's just kind of my general thoughts and I guess my review on it, because I don't know, man. This one really brought me back into it. Lot less complaints this week compared to last week. But yeah, I really like this one. I think it was a lot better of an episode. And yeah, it was really enjoyable. But I think that's going to do it, guys. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoy this kind of content, please subscribe. I make videos almost every week, if not probably every other week. I try to do this as frequently as I can. And then, you know, I'm lazy sometimes. I'm sorry. But yeah, follow me on my socials. Links are in the descriptions for Twitter and Instagram. That's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.